there's lots of them, right? But just to draw on one now, we were preparing to go to Bathurst this particular year, and we had to build a car in a very little time, and then drive down to Sandown in Melbourne for a 500 kilometre race. Anyway, we put this car together, and we didn't have a lot of sleep in doing so. And we thought we'll take it to Oran Park, which doesn't exist anymore either, and we'll test it before we went to Melbourne. So we tested the car, and there was a couple of little things we had to repair, and we sorted all that out, and we got on the road to Melbourne, and there was this old Ford panel van we had with a bench seat across the front, and there was 3 of us in the van with the car parts and the trailer on the back with the car on it, driving down to Melbourne, and none of us had had sleep for weeks. And we were taking turns, and you know, it was daylight, you know, when we'd left, and then before long it was sunset, and then it was night time, and we're driving down the Hume Highway. And in those days it was the old Hume Highway, you know, not the freeway we know now. Anyway, we're taking turns, and we'd be driving for half an hour, and then we'd switch drivers. So that half an hour became 20 minutes, and then it became 10 minutes, and then we're doing like 5-minute stints, and we could barely hold our heads up. So we were south of the border in Victoria somewhere, and I was at the wheel earlier in the morning, the next morning, and I was just thrown in the seat, and the other 2 on the other side, they jumped in and we got going. And honestly, as I didn't even get to top gear, and I was nodding away, and then I fell asleep, right? And then I woke up and looked to my right, my left, all of a sudden, and the 2 guys on my left were fast asleep. I don't know how long I was asleep for, you know, so there was some time there where all 3 of us were fast asleep driving down the Hume Highway. That was funny.